Welcome to another episode of The Vault, where me and Steve sit at the round table and we talk about the most important thing in life, comic books.
Woohoo!
Alright, well, it's Christmas in 2 days.
It's Christmas time.
Since sans the hat.
That's right.
So you got you're a real Christmas kind of guy.
I like Christmas.
Yep. So yeah, anything you want to talk about Christmas?
Well, I would like to talk about Christmas comics.
Okay.
You know, one comic that struck my heart, and it came out fairly recently, maybe 20 years ago, a Superman comic book, and Superman was answering letters to Superman.
Okay.
And he said every Christmas Day or Christmas Eve, Superman does good deeds for people based on these letters.
Okay.
I thought that was a really neat idea.
I remember as a kid, Dad would always take me out to get a tree. We'd jump in the car and then we'd go out somewhere in the woods. You can't do that anymore, eh? You gotta have a permit now.
Yeah, I know. That's my dad did the same thing. I remember going off in Christmas time and chopping down a tree and bringing it
you
home.
weren't allowed to take them like right on the side of the road. You had to
No, you gotta
the
go
woods
in,
a bit,
yeah.
right? And he'd chop it down. I'd just watch, and then we'd drag it to the car, and then he'd always stop somewhere like Parkdale Pharmacy or something, and I'd get one of those big treasure editions of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Love those. At least 2 or 3, I figure.
I never had that one. Was it a good comic?
I love those things. They were great.
Yeah. There was more than just one, too, wasn't there? Wasn't there a Santa Claus one as well? Or was there 2 Rudolph ones?
At least 3 Rudolphs.
Really? All right.
There may be 4. I know I definitely had, like, 2 years in a row, I definitely had a Rudolph one, right? And maybe 1 year I had, like, the Rudolph Digest or something. But a fun fact.
Okay.
The first ever Treasury edition of all time, 1972. You look it up in the price guide, it's rare.
All right.
It's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Really?
Yeah.
That was the very first Marvel Treasury edition.
DC.
Or DC?
Of all
the whole thing.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that. 1972.
Yeah. I have a copy of that.
Yeah?
Do you remember when that old lady was working at the convenience store on our house?
Yes, I do.
And you got like Avengers #1,
Yes,
the
I
TV
remember
show.
that.
Avengers
The TV show.
#1.
But it was the limited one with the photo on the back,
Yeah,
which you don't see anymore.
And every comic she gave me was all like mint condition, right? And she said you had a full basement of all these, right? Her dad was a John D. Snow, right?
Oh, yeah. No, oh, well, I've said before in previous episodes, guys, that John D. Snow's was epic when it came to comic books.
And she'd come down, she'd come in a little bag, and it was always good stuff, right?
Yeah.
And I'd buy them off her, and she really liked me, and I liked her because it was great comics. And yeah, she came with that Treasure edition, right? Never seen it before in my life. It was mint too. It was really nice shape, right? Of course, it sold on eBay. I think I got $80 for it, but this was before you could put pictures up or anything.
Yeah.
Right? I'm sure if I had it now, I get $500-600 easy, right? But c'est la vie. And that was a really hard comic to package, believe me. Those Treasure editions are an
Is there
odd
bags
size.
and boards for Treasure?
There is now.
There
yeah.
is now?
Yeah. Boards are a new thing. They had bags for a while.
The one that I had was the Star Wars ones, #1 and 2, with the Star Wars Treasury editions.
Yeah.
I sold them down to second page. I remember selling it. This guy wanted to buy it. He was just waiting, the drool coming down his chin.
No
You
doubt.
know?
Yeah, and when I was a kid, my uncle gave me a stack like that of Treasury editions. Mostly Marvels. I
There was a
think they're
Conan
all
one as
Marvels. Yeah, I had a bunch of Conans, Doctor Strange. I never had the first one ever in my life, the Spider-Man. Never, ever, ever.
No?
Right? I tried collecting
Beautiful
them.
cover, too, on that one.
I had every single one of them except for that one. Could never get them all.
Now, I think there's a story behind a particular Marvel Treasury edition.
Well, the first one, there was a limited edition signed by Stan Lee that was like $5
Yeah.
as opposed to $1.50 for a regular one, right? Imagine what that's worth now.
Yeah. But do you remember where at your old store?
Yeah.
We're talking about a particular
Oh,
edition.
yeah, when we were there and you were like, oh, so I'd like to have the Howard the Duck Treasury edition. And within 5 minutes, some guy came in with a bag of comics and lo and behold,
Absolutely
there it
mint.
was. Yeah.
Absolutely mint, too. And it was like we were just looking at each other.
Yeah, and then we wished for Spider-Man #1.
Yeah, that didn't show up.
Didn't come.
It didn't show up at all. Was there any particular Christmas story in the comic books that you read?
Not really, you know,
No.
like, because there's always, like, something going on, and at the end of it, they're like, Merry Christmas, or something. There's
Well,
nothing
he had-
like really sticks out.
There's DC put out Christmas editions, like Christmas stories of Batman.
Well, Marvel
and
did too. They
Superman.
did the holiday treasury grab bags. Remember those?
I do remember those, but
Yeah.
they don't stick out to my mind.
I don't know what sticks out is that Luke Cage 7, I think. Where it's like, but he's like a terrorist, or he's like, Merry Christmas World, and he's pressing the button, blowing up all of New York or something. That one was cool.
Well, Luke Cage always said "Sweet Christmas."
Yeah. Of course, that Bizarre Adventures, we talked about that before.
I was thinking of an X-Men comic, one of the first Kitty Prydes, where she was alone in the mansion,
Yeah.
and the alien showed up, and they tore apart the mansion.
Two of my favorite X-Men comics, covers, the whole 9 yards, is 98, 99, and that's set around Christmas time, remember? And the Sentinels come out.
Yeah,
and attack
yeah,
them and
very
stuff.
much, yeah.
Yeah, and even showed, I think, a couple of Marvel guys, like Stan and Roy Thomas or something, are in the background, like talking and stuff. That was cool. But, I mean, you had the DC holiday special and stuff.
DC holiday specials, and I know from my own personal entertainment, on Christmas Eve, I always have a special comic book that I read Christmas Eve after I look around. I mean, you go to midnight mass in the Basilica, and afterwards you get home, and I do a video. Like I've never put them out, but I've done a video for the past 12 years. Me going back and forth at the night in the nighttime from the mass, and then after I have my milk and cookies, I will look outside to see Santa Claus, see if he's around. But of course, if you're awake, he never shows up. And then afterwards, I'll read my special Christmas comic book before finally going to bed.
So that's a special for all you 8-year-old kids out there.
Exactly. Well, we're all young at heart. Hopefully, my heart is still young.
Yeah, it's definitely a digest was a holiday one.
Yeah.
And I remember there's like Santa on the cover, and then there's all the heroes around him, and like a wreath or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know what number it was, but I remember that.
Now, I remember the Archie comic books too. There was
Archie, loads of Archie.
Giant Series magazine, whatever it was,
Yeah.
and they always put out a Christmas issue.
Yeah, Archie
They were
was
really
totally
great.
on the times with everything. Like, there'd be Valentine's, every single thing that's like some event, Archie's there. Right?
Well, there was some really good Archie stories.
Yeah, Jingles, remember? No one could see him, the adults couldn't see him.
No.
It was just Jingles the elf, and he was always pissing off Santa, so he'd
So
go hang out with the Archies.
go on over to Archie, and Archie would redeem him somehow.
Yeah.
And I think you were telling me a story of Veronica getting a heart and getting poor people.
Yeah, it wasn't Christmas, though.
No, it wasn't Christmas, but it was Christmas Eve type of
No,
thing.
it was just, it was just a good story.
Yeah, I mean, I tell you something. Archie, of course, was I think a lodestone for the Christmas stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I love her. I love the Archie. Always loved the Archie.
I'm sure
but-
there's 1,000 Archie comics with Christmas in there.
Oh, absolutely. And Archie doing something bad, and in the end, we all know the story of Archie.
Oh, yeah. He wants to buy Veronica a gift, and buys her a gift, and then sees her buying the same gift, and then returns the gift, and gets something else, and blah, 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 blah. It just goes on. It all works out.
It does, but then poor Betty.
Yeah. Well, I always gets Betty a gift.
Yeah, but poor Betty
Sometimes
always
Betty
gets.
doesn't get as good a good gift.
She
She deserves a good gift. Betty's a sweet girl.
Betty is a sweetheart, and because she's a hard-working lady, and she's pure and innocent.
Yeah. All right.
Well, do you want to do?
Pick up a couple cards and call her a day.
All
I
right,
guess.
sounds good to me. You want to go first,
Yeah,
sir?
sure. Wing around, close my eyes. What do I got today? We got
Ooh,
Captain America and the Falcon.
all right.
It is number 176 on our wrist.
76.
That's where he quits.
He quits,
That's,
and he becomes Nomad.
Yeah, first person nomad.
It's the first appearance of Nomad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so he quit because of something on to go with the presidency. I think there was Watergate at the time.
Yeah. America was in a weird state.
Well, you had the Vietnam War was just ended,
Yeah.
and you had the scandal of
Corrupt
Watergate.
politicians, and he just lost faith in the country and the flag and all that. Like, just meant nothing to him anymore.
Yeah, he got really down and out, and America at the time was in the doldrums.
Oh yeah, they were in depression back then. Like, New York was like almost went bankrupt, right?
Yeah. So
And I think Nomad shows up probably on the last page. He's like, I'm giving up. I'm Nomad.
I'm Nomad. I'm a man without a country.
Yeah. Cap.
You
That's not
poor
the first
bugger.
time he lost faith in the country either.
And it won't be the last, folks.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got here? Well, it's Captain America and Iron Man: Tales of Suspense, number 63.
Yeah, we really like doing Captain America and Iron Man a lot. Don't we?
It's the origin of Captain America, because of course, and then somewhere lurks the Phantom, Iron Man. So, I never had this comic.
No, I had this one.
I had that one, but I don't have this
No,
one.
I've never
And,
had it.
I think though, when you see an origin of Captain America, origin or anything, it is a costly comic, isn't it?
Yeah, isn't that his first?
Origin, I think.
Is that his first issue in Tales of Suspense, or was it like 61 or 62? Or?
They might have put him out a couple of issues earlier, but then of course you always put out the origin, right?
Because it used to be Tales of Suspense would have been
Well,
Hulk, wasn't it? Or
no,
not?
Tales to Astonish was Hulk.
Okay, so it was
Who was before Captain America? then?
Ant-Man, or Giant Man, I guess.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
because Giant Man, because remember Giant Man and the Wasp met Spider Man.
Yeah,
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 and that's
so-
that was earlier.
I guess they were like, I think Cap will sell a title better than.
Yeah,
Giant
and I
Man.
get and it was a good thing. And of course, you get your Kirby.
Yeah.
Looking at Captain America. All right.
Yeah.
There you go.
One more each.
One more each, and then we'll call it a night, folks.
All right.
What's he gonna do?
Something to talk about already, Captain America. Ooh.
Oh,
Spider-Man number 5 with Doctor Doom.
Doctor Doom. Now this is interesting because the latest issue of Spider-Man I read,
That's Doctor
and,
Doom.
and that's Doctor Doom, and he says I don't do well with going up against Doctor Doom, but I thought he did fairly well.
Yeah.
I mean that in that issue, Doctor Doom kidnapped Flash Thompson, thinking he was Spider-Man.
But he was dressed as Spider-Man.
He was dressed as
for
Spider-Man.
some odd reason.
I think he was trying to play. He was trying to play a prank on Peter Parker.
Yeah, sure.
That's what was going on, trying to give him a scare. And next thing you know, Doctor Doom kidnaps him, and Spidey's got to save the day.
Yeah, this is his first crossover villain.
Yes, it is, isn't it? Because he was FF first,
Yeah.
and then this was his second appearance or third appearance of Doctor Doom.
Well, he was in
He was in FF.
5 and 6, and he was in 11, 10 or 11, one of those.
So he
Remember
was-
switched minds, and he was in 17 too.
Okay,
So
so
it's
that's
probably
fairly early.
50 or 60.
Really, I guess they were really milking him for the FF.
Yeah, it's just the best villain they could come up with. He's
well.
definitely one of the best villains out there. Yeah. But yeah, his first crossover villain.
All right, so one more. We'll call it a
And
10.
I have it on a copy of that.
You did?
Yeah, low grade.
Oh,
I had it.
well,
So
you sold it well. You're our comic book merchant.
yeah.
And this one is, we got a Fantastic Four,
Ooh, nice.
number 28, with the X-Men. Now this is something that Marvel did very well, was taking their characters and making a real Marvel universe out of it, as opposed to DC, where World's Finest was Superman and Batman. But it didn't feel like Superman is in the same universe as Batman. He just...
Yeah.
You know, but with this here, I mean, this the X-Men, and you got the Mad Thinker, Puppet Master, and the Awesome Android. There's a lot going on in this comic book.
Oh, yeah, great cover.
FF, beautiful cover, FF28. And have you ever owned this one?
I think I might have, because I was a big X-Men fan. I would have bought it more for the X-Men than the FF,
Okay.
because, the X-Men were like the comic, right? That wouldn't have been like mint or nothing, but I think I did
Well,
have
it was
a
only
copy of
it was only 12 cents.
that. Yeah, good luck with that.
I've never had this one. I've got a few old FF, and I got
Yeah.
a few old X-Men. But this one here, I've actually never seen this comic.
I
at
may
all.
not have had it either.
Probably the only one maybe when I was working at the Escape Hatch 150 years ago. But it is it's really great to see all these characters together.
I'm going to have the reprint.
The preprint.
Just, you got to read all the X-Men issues. Hey, well, that'll do it for another week.
Yeah.
So, Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Hope you have a good holidays. And we'll see you next Monday at the Vault.
Next Monday at the Vault, where will be our New Year's Eve special.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, guys, and bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh my goodness. There's something coming just around the corner. I gotta got a good feeling about this one. Oh my.